to give the members a very, very clear indication that I want them to be more engaged, to be shaping the future and direction of the movement. Really important to me. The second one, of course, and it's overarching, is we have to put sport first. We have to recognise why the Olympic Games is like no other event on the planet, and we mustn't lose sight of that. And it is about sport. It's about the extraordinary competitive and training sacrifices that the athletes, week in, week out, day in, day out, hour by hour, commit themselves to. And we, within sport, we also have to absolutely recognise the value of the athletes in making them more of a partnership with us, and also critically the promotion and protection of women's sport. Absolutely non-negotiable. Well, the world is more complicated than it's ever been. It's not going to get any less complicated if I prevail in March. Then that will be a complicated in-tray. And you can only deal with what is in front of you at the same time. And often we view decisions about the inclusion or the non-inclusion of countries as political decisions. Actually, World Athletics took a judgment when it has made those judgments, not about passports or politics, but about the integrity of the sport. Whether it was about anti-doping systems, whether it was about the ability of countries to be able to field teams under occupational circumstance. All these things are about integrity. And that's why I think we sometimes hide behind the risk of intervening on politics. Actually, for us, those decisions were made about the integrity of our sport, and that for me is a guiding principle. No, I think it is really important that where possible, we are able to deliver an Olympic Games to one central community, a city. I know that Brisbane is going to be more of a regional approach. But look, I think the athlete experience here is really important. The Olympic Village is unique. It brings 10,500, 11,000 athletes together from over 200 different countries with different beliefs, different ethnicities, different, different sporting backgrounds. And I would really not want to lose the spirit of an Olympic Village. I think that is a really important asset of the Games, and it's what distinguishes us from World Championships. I think the Olympic Games needs permanently to be adapting. World Athletics adapts. I know the federation presidents in other sports, they are always looking to see how they can make their sports more accessible, both in terms of presentation in the stadium, in the field of play, and also on the very many platforms that young people are now consuming their sport. And that is critical. The commercial landscape isn't changing, it has changed. This is a world that I've been working in for the last 30 years. I have a sports marketing business. It's one of my areas of experience. We need to really change with that. We need digital first strategies. We certainly need an audience first strategy so that we really do understand what our audiences are telling us, our fans are telling us. Well, we made that decision in World Athletics, but we made it very much on behalf of World Athletics. Athletics has some very big and slightly different challenges from other sports. Many of our top athletes, particularly on the other side of the Atlantic, are being taken into NFL, taken into basketball, taken into baseball. And when I go to Caribbean Championships, I see as many agents recruiting for universities for baseball and basketball as I do for track and field. So that's a very specific challenge. We needed to professionalize the sport. We needed, as I've said, to really understand the financial welfare of the athletes. So prize money for us has always taken place. Our World Championships, next year in Budapest, we have $10 million prize pot. For that to be extended into the Olympic movement, of course, is a broader discussion. But it's, as I've said, interestingly, I didn't speak about prize money at all yesterday. I talked about all the opportunities that we can help the athletes create for themselves by giving them their data, giving them their content, and allowing them to actually drive their own revenue streams. And I think just to look at this as prize money is to miss what I'm really trying to say. There are other ways of doing that. It's a very delicate and difficult balance. And I know this from London. And 25%, roughly 25% of the budget of an Olympic Games is off your ticket sales. Athletics made a contribution of about $300 million to the organising committee in Paris, and that's a good thing. But within that balance, you know, you are looking at revenue from tickets to fund a lot of your project in an Olympic Games. But every organising committee is challenged by wanting to make those tickets as socially affordable as possible, because you don't want to cost local families, local communities out of the games. How you get the tickets into vans when you've got, you know, in London we had 11, 12 million people all applying for 100-meter final tickets. That's not going to end happily for people. But we had a ballot system, but actually the overarching ambition, and it's not always easy, I absolutely respect that, is to try and make your tickets as socially affordable as possible, so you have fans in the stadium and not just people who have got deep pockets.